Hi guys, I'm Rajesh from SQL Server Hub. Today I'm going to explain about why a store procedure perform better than SQL query slash function. So first I'm going to talk about SQL query. We have a employee table that have a three attributes: employee ID, name and salary. So suppose I retain one query flag the start from employee where employee ID is equal to 1. Suppose if I will run same query second time, that will go with a old plan. And if I will execute this query first time, that will create a new plan. But second time, that query run with a old execution plan. If you change parameter like a employee ID is equal to 2, what happens? That will create a new execution plan. So what we can say here, if I will call inline query in any application, that will create a execution time each and every step. So that process will degrade our application performance. So what we can say here, SQL function and procedure, same behavior. For a store procedure, same procedure if I created and I'm passing one parameter called employee ID. So at the time of creation, execution plan will not create, but when you will call a store procedure and pass some parameter, that time create an execution plan. And when you go with a different parameter like a employee ID 1 or 2 or 3 for the store procedure, that will populate all time old plan. So that's why a store procedure perform better than SQL query as well as function. So two method I'm going to explain. Which case SQL query create a plan and use old plan. Same for function and query both. But this is not same for a store procedure. So let's start a demo. So I will go through two demo here. First for the SQL Management Studio, I will show you which case SQL create a new plan and which case they will use old plan. Second, I will go through with a SQL profiler and I will show you which case this same behavior will be happen. So let's start a demo and connect a SQL Server Management Studio with a SQL instance. So I'm going with a SQL Server 2014. I have a SQL 2014 instance installed on the server, and I already installed, or you can say restore database adventure work. So I have a 2012 adventure work database. So let me query on this database. Before proceeding a demo, I'm going to clear existing plan from the procedure cache, free pro cache. Okay, so I'm clearing the plan. Let me open a new query and I have to check if any states are there or not. So I'm using one dynamic management view that will provide a basis of order by creation time. Let me go with a descending and now to plan inside the this states. So I have required SQL handle for the next further use and execution count. Basis of that I can explain you how many times the executing with a old plan and it's going with a different. So I have now a four query. So let's clear for now and I have to call no plan, no states here. Okay, I'm going to with a new query once again and I will do some user base operation. So I'm selecting one table called person dot person one table is there. We have one. Let me select first without where condition. I'm selecting this one and executing this partial. Person type one attribute. So I'm going with some filter. Person type. Okay. Person type. EM is a person type. So I'm going with the EM first. Order by like what case. So let me go with the maybe first name. First name. Okay. Descending. Before proceeding, I'm going to once again I'm clearing the states and I'm running this query. Okay, let me so it's created a new plan or old plan. It's execution count one. Again, I'm going with a so which query executed by this SQL handle. So I have one DMF dynamic management function so that I can correlate query string SQL text we have and I have to pass SQL handle. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so you got it's going with a this the execution count you got how many times for this one it's one. Let me filter this one. So basis of that or you can compare 776 it's 800 something. So we have yeah this one this plan is execution count one. Let me retry for the same plan. Okay, and re-execute this one where this one executes until 2. It means I executed 2 times. So it means with this SQL handle it's going with the same plan. What I'm going to do once again I'm going to executing without modifying any query. Let's see what is happening here. Re-execute and we have to check. I have what is the SQL handle of this one 4CA880. Let's suppose 4CA80 this one it's 3 times. It means I try to re-execute. Next I'm going to change something inside the query. What happened? I'm putting a new line here and after that I'm trying to execute. What happened? You know that I already executed 3 times and I'm going to the same query but I modified. I added one enter or new line. So what happened? It's going with the same plan or different plan. Let's check. I'm executing once again. Okay, and I'm going to check this one. Its execution count is not increasing because in this case it's created a new plan here. So let's check what is a query, which query called by the this SQL handle. So I'm using this one just for the demo purpose. I'm using this one. Okay, you got yeah it's created a new plan. So that's why it's created a new SQL handle. You got it's enter already there. Okay, it means and suppose if you create this one execute once again more you got count is 2. Okay, so let me go with this one execute count increase 405. It's 4054, 4054. Let's this one 4054. It's 2. Let's try once more. It will increase with a 2. It means if you are not doing any changes, so that will go with the same plan. But if you add anything like a space or something else, let what I'm doing, I'm just deleting some space and adding some additional space tab here. In this case also, that will create a new plan. So let's, its count is 3. That will not increase here as per my understanding. It's not increasing. It's created a new plan here. So let me copy this same query and trying with a different plan. Maybe this query is going with some space. Let me copy and compare with the old query. Maybe it will be same. Let's check. It means complete summary of this statement. If you change anything, like if adding anything, you adding a parameter or you adding a space, that will create a new plan. Let me go with another demo. What I'm doing here, I'm adding some parameter in. That will, this case also, execution, new execution plan will create, because you are modifying some parameter that will impact your case. Let's suppose, and I'm taking this one, I'm pasting here SQL handle. You got it's India, it's give the different plan. So it means what we observed till now. If you adding a space, if adding some new line, enter, or you are modifying some input parameter, that will create new plan. But this is not happening with the stored procedure. Let's start with a function. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new function here. Like, you know that what is syntax. So before I'm going with the wizard here programmatically, then I'm going to create a scalar function, new function. Okay, I'm going to provide a some like function name ufn get version. Okay, get version info, get version name, first name. Just I'm writing this one parameter. What I'm going to do, I'm adding a parameter like a BID. I'm putting some business ID here because I have to pass a business ID, and that will populate your name of that person. Just I'm putting a data type int parameter part done. Only one parameter I have to pass. Next, return. I want to just return as a varchar because name in a varchar data types. So I'm just putting 100. Next, I have to display my name. So select star. So what is your expectation here? If anyone pass, like anyone pass ID, business identity ID, I have to capture only first name. Okay, first name I want to populate basis of business identity ID. This data type I already declare top of the function varchar 100. Okay, let's, I'm assigning with L space and I'm going with a select the statement. In select a statement, person is a schema and person is a table we have, where we have a filter condition is called business entity ID. I have to pass this business entity ID. Copy and paste. I have to capture first name. First name is equal to first name. Okay. and I have to return this variable. Okay, so I already created. Let me select and execute for the creation. Once again, I'm putting alter. If any modification, then I will go with that. How we can call the function? You have to write select dview, it has schema default, and you have put function. You have to pass some ID. Suppose I'm passing this one. I will get a first name of ID, business identity ID one. Ken is the ID. Okay. It's a first name. Okay. It's done. So if you call this one, before proceeding a demo of this function, I'm going to clear for now. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me minimize. I want, like, I have to clear all the free processes. Okay, I cleared. So if you check this one, no plan inside. I'm going to call this function with one parameter that will create a first time, that will go with the first creation of one plan. Okay, so let me identify which plan, which function is called by this one. Okay, it's uh, it's yeah, business get function. Okay, okay, what I'm going to do next time, I'm going to call this one. What happened? For this, it will go count true. First, if you know that this is 16 AB and here is your 16 AB. This is executing with the same plan. It means when we call second time a function, that will populating old execution plan or old state. Let me call once more. Count you got, it will be 3. Now check what is the state here for 16B. So that will 16B is increasing 3. Same, you have to pass once again and execute once more. You got 4. You got 4 16B. Yep. But if you modifying a parameter, like I'm going with a 2, whatever, that will not increase because you modified a parameter. Okay. So let me go with this one. Okay. Yep. Now I call 2. Same, I call 2 here. Got. Again, if you call second time, you got counter is 2. Let me show you. B73C, B73, B73C. Which one? Okay, let me try once more. 73, it's 1. If I call this one, okay, some changes I have to observe, so I'm executing more times, and after that I will go with this one. What happened? Okay. So if you modifying a parameter here, you got a different plan. But this, like a behavior, is not happening with the procedure. So let me create one procedure. The same procedure, I'm just going to copy this one, and I'm converting this function into the procedure. Let's check what is happening. Create procedure procedure and USP user defined and get person. Okay, same I'm going to pass, nothing to return here, and I have to select entire row basis of no need to return because function we have to return, no need to any capture inside this one. Let me create first, alter this procedure. What I'm doing to do, I'm okay, what I can do, let me close the procedure function work I already completed. I'm closing this one and I'm going to clear all. Okay, I already clear. So please check now, no state found for this procedure. What I'm going to do, I'm calling this procedure for now. What happened? You really got a in difference. Execute dv dot and let me pass some ID. What is business identity ID is equal to 1. Calling this one. And before proceeding, let me clear because multiple state I got. And I'm calling this one. I'm going into this. And let me check what happened till now. So this is our restore procedure plan. I'm putting this one. Okay. Yeah, you got this one. Okay. What I can do, once again I'm going to call. What happened? Let me call this. Yeah, 9 times I executed. I think so. 16 AB I called 9 times. Let me call multiple times. 3, 4, 5. It will increase for now. Okay, it's 30. Let's try for 2 times here. 2 times. Okay, it's 15. It means we are okay. But if you modify parameter, that will not change your plan. This is not happening for the SQL query as well as SQL function. So let me try. Let me try this one. Okay, so oh sorry. So I'm executing and you'll get execution count will be increased. Increased. It means if you modifying a parameter, it's not going with a different plan. But this is not happening with a SQL query as well as SQL function. Let me, for 100% security, let me put another parameter. It's called 5. Okay, and you got this procedure called 16 time, and you are going to like a one time more, so that will increase 17, but it will not create a new plan because I already modified parameter here. So what you observe, procedure it's going with a old plan, but query and function it's, if you modify anything in a query line parameter, that will go with a new plan. And if everything is okay, if everything is same, you are not modifying anything in a query or function or parameter or a space, that will go with the world plan. Okay, so we are okay with a SQL management studio demo. Let's start with a SQL profiler here. Before proceeding, I'm going to clear, for I'm going to clear here plan. So let me clear plan. Okay, no plan for now, and I'm going to open a SQL profiler. Okay, and same instance I'm going to connect here. I'm not going to select a default template here. What I will do, I will choose different. I have to check or I have to select execution plan. It's going with a old plan or creating a new plan or populating a old plan. So which event I have to select? Let me show all event here. You have to go store procedure section, SP section. Yeah, this is a SP section. So I have to select SP cache hit. It means if your SQL have a already plan, that will hit that, but you don't, then that will create a new plan. So we have to select only two event here, and let's go with a column, show all column. What information you are looking for, so you can select that. So what I'm expecting here, for application name I want to find for both cases. Next I want some database ID as well as that. So a database name I'm looking for, which database we are trying to execute any query or application is hitting. Next I have to populate SQL query detail. You can also find out like which host is trying to execute this one. So you can select host name. Next, login information you want. So you can select a login information also. Okay. And next, most important information is SQL query. So text data is a one column. So let me select that. Text data. Text data. This is the most important. You will receive your query details. Okay. And you want to filter like a which database you want to execute this one. So I'm looking for this database only. So I'm adding one filter, is called database like this only. Okay. Exclude do not contain so. Okay. I'm executing once again. Okay. Now my profiler, I already added event as well as required column information because it's application names, SPID, database name, host name, login name, and SQL query detail. So let me go with a demo. I'm killing a plan, and same, first I'm going with a SQL query. If I execute, okay, what happened? It's executed already. Which database I selected? Adventure work is 2014. It's also 2014. Okay, let me try once more. Why not? It's due to filter. Maybe it's not working. Let me recreate new data session. Event. All event already shown here. What happened? Oh, let me uncheck all this information. Audit information I'm not looking for. Only I have to focus about procedure event like a hit. Okay. So store procedure event I have to select. Store procedure like a hit and insert. This is not required for me. Database ID is required. Event sequence is not required. Group ID is not required. Host name is important here, so I'm not unchecking this one. System information is system is not required. Login is required. SID Domain, it's not mandatory for now. Object is not mandatory. Request is also not mandatory. SPID is a mandatory server. This is also not mandatory here. Start time is not. Text data is mandatory, and this information is not mandatory for us. Okay, filter I added, but what happened for the filter? If match this one. Oh, sorry, I added in application. Let me delete this one. Okay, I have to select a database. Sorry, I missed that. Percent and this one percent. Okay, exclude row. It means let me delete this one. Okay, I'm deleting this one. Okay, so basically I added one filter, adventure walk. If database name is there, so that will populate. Exclude row, do not contains value. Okay, I'm starting this one. Clearing. Before proceeding, first I'm going to clear all states. Let me call this one. Okay, what happened? Cache insert, it means first time is written in a cache. If you call this method once again, that will hit because plan is already created. Okay, that's it. Let me call once more, that will hit. But if you modifying anything, suppose I'm putting here enter or new line here, what happened? That will go with a cache insert because I already explained with a SQL Management Studio. If you modifying anything in a query like adding a space, putting a new line or modifying a parameter, that will create a new plan. So let's execute and that will go with a cache insert. You got? Let me change some parameter here. I'm modifying a parameter em. Let me call this one. What happened? Cache insert because I modified a parameter em. Initially it's in. If you call once more, that will go with the cache hit because plan is already created. You are clear about this? So let me go with the SQL function. I already created a function here. Just we have to call. So already function. Select dbo. I'm putting some parameter is one. What happened? That will go with the cache insert because plan is not there. Yep, you got. What is function? This is function called by you. Okay, this is called or cache insert. Let me call once more. Cache hit. It means that will hit if plan is there. But suppose you are modifying anything like I'm adding a 5 parameter business entity ID. That will also go with a cache clear. That will create a new plan here. Let me execute. You got cache insert 5 parameter. You got. But next time if you call this one, that will cache insert like a cache hit. Okay. But if you modifying your parameter like I'm going with a 50, that will go with a new plan cache insert. And once again if you call this one, it will go with a cache hit. It means if you modifying a parameter, that will go with a new plan. Basically we are not modifying a query line in a function. Simply we are modifying a parameter, message of that will creating a new plan. But this behavior is not is happening with the function, procedure, sorry. So let me go with the procedure for now. So for this demo also, I'm going to clear this one. I'm going to clear this one also. And let me call here procedure. This is my procedure and passing a parameter. First time that will catch it. But if you call second time, that will catch it. If you're modifying a parameter here, like let's suppose 5, that will also go with a cache hit. That will not create a new plan. Let me execute. Cache hit. If putting 10, that will also go with a old plan. Thank you. It's done for now. Let me stop. Thank you. Thank you so much. If any query, you can contact, you can comment in below link. Thank you.